Hi, everybody, and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles, and on this episode, we're going to review the finals for the New Japan Cup 2022. Now, we're going to skip all the rest of the tournament. This is just strictly the last night of the show. With that being said, we grade everything here on a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Let's jump right into it. First match of the evening is Bushi versus Fujita. I'm sorry. So used to saying Fujita. This actually was a really good match. I thought Bushi did. I like Bushi a lot. I'm a big fan of his. I think they could do a little bit more than what they do with him. And for Fujita, for being a young boy, for being a young lion, he really carried his weight here. I thought this was a really solid opener. A really good sign of what was going to go on in the show. It really set the table, got me excited. I'm on the East Coast of America, so this was basically just past 1 o'clock in the morning when this came on. And as the time I'm recording this, it's about 5 o'clock in the morning here, so about an hour after the show ended. So this was a good way to keep someone like myself awake by throwing out a great match right off the bat. Bushi picks up the win. Pretty obvious when you get a name versus a young lion. I'm giving this match a 4. Like I said, a really good opener. A really good match to start the show. Next, we get what's one of several multi-man matches on the card. And they do this to kind of move storylines forward. We get the team of Masterwater, Taguchi, Jado, Tangaloa and Tamatanga versus the Bullet Club, represented by Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, Gato, El Phantasmo, and Ishimori. I thought this was a good match. If you watch the New Japan Cup, they've kind of did a variation of this match the last few, basically since Tamatanga has been kicked out and GOD was kicked out of the Bullet Club. Since then, they've done this basically every night of the New Japan Cup. And so far, Bullet Club has come out on the winning end every time. And there's no change here. And it's always by cheating at the end. Which you would think with three members of the five people on the other team, they would know the Bullet Club tactics here. Like I said, Bullet Club picked up the win here. I'm going to give this one a 3. It's starting to get too repetitive. At some point, you have to move forward the storyline where they figure out how to get past the cheating, and then maybe it becomes a numbers game. So, anyway, like I said, a little bit too repetitive with what they're doing, but a decent match either way. Next up, we have Yo, Ishii, and Yano versus Kanemaru, Minoru Suzuki, and Tai Chi. Another multi-man match again. I thought this was a good match as well. I thought this was a nice 6-man match, had a nice flow to it. The story of this is Tai Chi wanting to fight, wanting to wrestle Yano. And I know I'm going to probably stutter a lot because I'm very tired right now. I do apologize. But he wants to get his King of Pro Wrestling title. They're talking about it being a sumo match, which at the end we see him challenge it to that. The Suzuki-gun team picks up the win here, Kanemaru, Suzuki, and Tai Chi. Again, I thought this was another solid match. I'm going to give this one a 3 as well. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, kept my interest through it. They advanced the storyline going forward on this. That's pretty much what you can ask for on these. Next up, we have Kagamishinoku and El Desperado, versus Sho and Yujiro Takahashi. I'm sorry, people. I do apologize. This was a solid match here. If you're watching this is definitely the shortest match of the card, but it's the most sports entertainment on a New Japan card that you're probably going to see. Sho and Yujiro pretty much attack Taka and Desperado before the match. They make the ref start the match. Basically, being disrespectful heels, which is kind of different and kind of harkens back to the beginning of Bullet Club. House of Torture, Sho and Yujiro pick up the win here. Just because I really enjoyed the story that was told after the match, Sho takes off Desperado's mask, showing more disrespect. They keep advancing the story that Sho wants to fight El Desperado for the junior heavyweight title. Just because I enjoyed what the story was here, the match wasn't really a match, but I enjoyed how they advanced the story. I'm giving this a 5. I thought it was really solid. Now, coming from that, we have Honma, Maccabee, Yoshihashi, and Goto versus the United Empire of Hanare, Jeff Cobb, Great-O-Khan, and Will Ospreay. Again, another solid match here. This one, not too much to write home about. The United Empire pretty much dominated the entire match. They stand tall at the end. United Empire picked up the win on this one. Another solid match. Nothing terrible, nothing great. We get where Cobb and Okan basically are coming after Goto and Yoshihashi for the tag titles. So we advance that storyline here. I'm giving this a 3. I thought it was a good, solid match again. Not the greatest match, but solid. On a card that's got solid matches all the way up and down, I thought it was good as well. Now, coming from that, our next match of the night, Shingo Takagi and Hiromo Takahashi versus Evil and Dick Togo. Again, another one where we have a story being told. Hiromo versus Evil, and Hiromo wanting to go for Evil's Neverweight Championship. Shingo and Hiromo pick up the win here. Hiromo hits Evil's finisher to end the match. I thought this was really solid. I enjoy what they're doing to advance the storylines. We know where people are going out after New Japan Cup. We know who's going to challenge for what titles. We know why. We know what built it there. I'm going to give this one a 4. I thought it was really solid. Again, I thoroughly am enjoying this card. Coming from that, we get probably the craziest match of the night. Tiger Mask, Kojima, Tanahashi, and Okada versus the Strong Hearts of CIMA, T-Hawk, and El Lindaman with Tatsuji Fujinami. And I just butchered Fujinami's first name there, sorry. Again, I am very tired, I do apologize. Fujinami is, I believe, 68, 69, maybe even 70. Absolute legend. Wrestled in the very first match in New Japan's history. Predates New Japan Wrestling as a pro wrestler. Has been in there with every wrestling legend you could think of, whether it be Riki Choshu, Inoki, Muta, Van Vader, everybody you could think of. And now we get to see him in the ring with some current legends like Tanahashi and Okada, and even Kojima. Kojima is not even low-key. Kojima is a legend. Tiger Mask, this current generation of Tiger Mask, I believe Tiger Mask 4, he's been the longest running Tiger Mask. So there's something to be said about that, and he's had his part of success. Strong Hearts, when you go on that, Shima is a guy that can be considered a legend too. So there's legends all through this match. The team, Tiger Mask, Kojima, Tanahashi, and Okada's team pick up the win here. I'm going to give this a 5. Good match, a solid match. A lot of the rating to me is just seeing a guy like Fujinami in there, mixing it up with this generation's legends, and he didn't look too out of place. Obviously, you put a guy like that in a match like this, so he doesn't have to do too much. He can do a couple little spots here and there, and they made it fun. They built it around it afterwards. Fujinami goes in with the with the faces, with the Tiger Mask, Kojima, Tanahashi, and Okada. They stand tall in the ring. Strong Hearts have looked strong all through their time in New Japan. I'd be interested to see if they continue on there. Like I said, I give this match a 5. I thought it was a really good, really entertaining match for me. Now, the last match of the evening, we have the finals for the New Japan Cup. Tetsuya Naito, and I'm mispronouncing it, versus Zack Sabre Jr. I really enjoyed this match. This match was good from the beginning to the end. There was a lot of chain wrestling. There was a lot of vicious striking here. They have low-key had some of the better matches in New Japan over the last 3 to 5 years. They're kind of overlooked by the other talent on the card. They're overlooked when people talk about people like Ospreay and Okada. They don't really... They're kind of that next level. But to me, I think they're both guys that should be in the top level. I'm a huge Zack Sabre Jr. fan. I think he's one of the 5-10 top wrestlers in the world. Naito as well. I think he's right up there with him. I think they're great wrestlers. This was a fantastic match. They worked everything. Everything they did made sense. The chain wrestling made sense. This, to me, is the kind of wrestling I prefer to see, where everything you do has a reason. Every high spot you do has a reason. Every attack has a reason. Everything is... It's like a human game of chess in there. Zack Sabre Jr. picks up the win here, winning his second New Japan Cup. I'm giving this match a 5 for all the reasons I just said there. It was outstanding from the beginning to the end. Like I said, everything I would want to see in a match I seen here. I thought it was a really good thing. And overall, the New Japan Cup this year has been really good. If you have the New Japan World and you haven't gone back, go back and watch these matches. They've been some really good matches throughout the whole card. Ashima's matches, Naito, Zack Sabre Jr. have a great run. Shingo Takagi had a great run through the Cup. Hiromo had a great run through the Cup. There's a lot of really good matches that took place during this, so for this to be a final, kind of fitting to where it's been. Awesome match. I'd like to see them parlay this into Zack Sabre Jr. getting a run with the top title. Hopefully, even if it's only a short run, it would be nice to see. With all that being said, I'm going to rate the card overall. I'm going to give it a solid... Actually, I'm going to give it a solid 5. Even though there's matches that aren't necessarily 5s on the card, the stories that were advanced, the stories that we're going to get going forward, the final match of the evening, the legends being on this card, it was just fun for me. It was an enjoying watch. Very, very much what I like most about New Japan is their shows are always very enjoyable. With that being said, please smash the like button, share the video. If you haven't subscribed and you like what I'm doing here, hit that subscribe button. And if you watched all the way to the end, put a ZSJ in the comments there, or a ZSJ if that's how you pronounce Z where you're from, in the comments to let me know that you made it all the way through to the end. With all that being said, my name is George Coles, and this has been a review of the New Japan Cup Finals 2022, and I'm going to take my tired ass to bed. Good night, guys.